Idea number 3. This is the biggest breakthrough in psychology in the 20th century. It's that we now know that you can change your self-concept. And we have a self-concept for every area of our life. We have a self-concept for selling and how much we can sell. We have a self-concept for our income, bless you, and how much income we can make. And what they've discovered is that we'll never earn more than 10% of that self-concept level of income. And what happens is once you start to move outside of that, you'll sabotage. Now, Stanford University, they discovered that the average person only uses 10% of their potential. So think about the results you're getting in your business today. Most likely you've achieved that on only 10% of your potential. Think about your business. Is there somebody else out there earning double what you're doing? Is there carpet cleaning businesses that are 10, 20, 30, 50 times bigger than you? They've just accessed more of their potential. The fact that they're doing it, you can do it. And as you unlock more of your potential, you'll start to make more money. So, there's 90% untapped. Would you like to tap into more of that? Okay, good. This is what you've got to do. You've got to understand how your self-concept is put together. Now, your self-concept precedes and then predicts the results in every area of your life. This is the master program. Either you have attended to this consciously or through unconscious values and mirroring and matching what your parents do, you'll just take on and absorb somebody else's. Now, as part of our self-image is how much you believe you're entitled to earn. This is your current level of income. Your current level of income is also based on your self-limiting beliefs and your self-sabotaging behaviors. So what have you settled for right now? So the first thing I need you to do, I need you to pick up your pens. Don't try to pick up your pens, just pick it up. And I want you to write down how much money you're making right now. How much are you making right now? Be honest with yourself. You might be able to trick the person next to you with your pen and your writing, but you'll know internally. So think about how much you're earning right now and just write that down. How much are you earning? What did you earn in the last 12 months? That's our self-image. All these internalizations that we have about how much we can earn. But what we also have is a self-ideal. And our self-ideal is how much we want to make in the future. So how much are you really worth? Are you worth another $50,000? Are you worth another $100,000? Are you worth 10 times what you wrote down? How much would you really like to earn? So I want you to write that down. What is your ideal income? You've got to have a benchmark. How much would you really like to earn? What's that dollar figure? I know it's taboo in Australia. We can't talk about money. That's just a self-limiting belief. How much would you really like to earn? $1 million. Good. How much would you like to earn a year? Another 150K? Lovely. Gentlemen, how much would you like to earn? How much more would you like to earn? Lots more. What's the number? If there was a number, what would it be? 150K extra, good. How much more would you like to earn? 250. Excellent, good. How much more would you like to earn this year? What would you really like to earn? 500. Okay, good. So I want you to have a look at that number that you wrote down for your self-image, your current income. And I want you to contrast it and compare it to what you'd really like to earn. What stands between where you are now and where you want to be tomorrow? What is it? It's the bullshit story that you keep telling yourself to why you can't have what you want. That's all it is. See, what you're telling yourself today is your current income. I believe I can do this. And you convince yourself of that story, and that's how much you earn. But if you want to earn more, you've got to start to get rid of those mental blocks and those emotional blocks that sit between those two numbers. Does that make sense? How much you're earning today is also connected to your level of self-esteem. This is what we call the reactor core. And you'll always earn in proportion to how much you like and respect yourself. So today, are you liking and respecting yourself to $50,000? Is it $100,000? Is it $200,000? Your income is always directly connected to your self-esteem. And if you can accept that, you can always raise your self-esteem. Who controls your self-esteem? Yeah, it's you. So these are the things that successful people are doing. There's more than 5 million people in the world right now doing the same thing in each and every area of their life. They have a look and they ask themselves, where am I now? Where do I want to be tomorrow? What's the gap? They neutralize those fears, that feeling of guilt and the self-sabotaging behaviors. And what happens then, your self-esteem goes up. Have you had this experience? You know that you can make the sale, but you don't feel worthy of the money. So you say to the client, go home and think about it. And the client who's ready to buy goes home and you go, oh, thank God for that. What happens to your self-esteem? It plummets. So what you've got to start to do is you've got to start to raise that level of self-esteem. And the more that you like yourself, the more you'll close on the sale. If there's no fear of rejection or fear of failure, what's going to happen? You're going to constantly ask people, and sales is a numbers game. And if you feel good and you're excited and you like yourself, you'll keep asking for the business. Have you seen confident people with no skill and no knowledge in your industry? Like, how can this person make all this money? They got no skill and they got no knowledge, but what do they got? They got attitude. And attitude, and make sure you write this down, is 85% of your success. In the Carnegie studies last century, they discovered that success was broken down into 3 components. The 3 components are knowledge, skill, and attitude. Knowledge only equates for 7.5% of your success. Skill only equates for 7.5% of your success. And attitude is 85%. And your attitude is 100% in your control. How do you have a better attitude? You get rid of the mental blocks. You get rid of the self-limiting beliefs. You get rid of those little stories that you tell yourself. And what happens is you raise your level of self-esteem. Do you have high self-esteem children? What happens? They win their sporting events. They come home and they've got all the merit awards. There's a direct connection. So how do you change your self-concept? Well, there's 7 emotional intelligence strategies that I'm going to give you today.